What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So, five mistakes I made in my 20s that I cleaned up for my 30s. I wish I changed these earlier. I wish that I got my shit together earlier. These are things that I wish I did. I obviously knew in my teen years going into my 20s, but they say that the 20s are your quote unquote figuring it out years. But that doesn't mean you have to waste time, money, and potential. Okay. These things can help you really set yourself up for success in your 30s, because I promise you guys, by the time you actually hit 30, you are still going to feel young. You're still going to feel like you're in your 20s. People think that 30 is this like, oh my God, I'm old. I still feel like I'm in my 20s, guys. Okay. So I definitely want you to use these. And if you guys have any questions or comments, post them in the comments down below. I'll answer every one as fast as I can. Mistake number 1, living like you have time. Look, in your 20s, it's going to feel like you have your whole life ahead of you, like you have all this time. And this leads to procrastination, in my opinion, and missed opportunities. And when I was in my 20s, all I did was kind of like ignore what I knew I had to do. Okay, I knew I wanted to do something with YouTube. I knew that I wanted to do something online, and I just waited a long time to do it, and I shouldn't have. And what should you do instead, right? I want you to start building start building skills, investing, taking risks and stuff, trying things now while your responsibilities are basically zero. Because usually when you hit your 30s, like you're dating, maybe you're going to get married and have a kid, have a house and all these things. And you can always recover money, but you can't recover time. Okay. You can't get time back. And I remember just wasting so many days, weeks, months, gaming too much, hanging out with the wrong crowd, all these things. And I wish that I started my goals earlier. And a lot of people in their 20s don't really know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So this leads into my second point, which is I didn't learn enough high income skills, and I want you guys to do so. Why is this a problem? Why is this an issue? Well, too many people stick to basic jobs or degrees that don't actually translate to money and pay you in the real world. Okay. You can learn some really high value skills in your 20s that can pay off dividends and then some, while you focus on, like in school, for example. I have a client in school, for example. He's like 22, and I think he's in his 3rd year or 4th year, something like that. And he learned copywriting because he needed to. Okay. He was, his family life wasn't that great, but anyway, he needed money. And I told him, I said, bro, like go hard into copy. He's been a student of mine for like 3 years. He first came to me for a girl issue. And then we kept in touch. So I told him to do copywriting, and he never really looked back. And he actually questioned if he should have stayed in school. He questioned it. He was like, should I even because I make so much money over here doing this. I said, and he's like, I kind of want to start my own copywriting business. So there are a lot of high income, high value skills that you can learn. So copywriting, sales, okay. Selling is a master skill that I think everyone should learn. Copywriting is basically learning how to sell with words. Okay. Digital marketing, coding, right? Consulting. I'm a consultant, and I have a digital marketing agency. So I literally picked 2 high income skills, and I actually don't even work that much. Okay. So you can really open doors to financial freedom by learning these. Okay. So in my opinion, I think everyone kind of has this backwards, but I think you should build competence first before you follow your passions. Get yourself financial freedom first before you start figuring out what your true passion is. I know some of you guys may be passionate about YouTube, for example, or gaming, right? That's fine. But I think if you build up those money skills, and then you can buy yourself freedom, because you don't need to work 40 to 50 to 60 hours a week just to get make ends meet. You can work half of that, right? So going on to point number 3 is wasting money instead of investing it. My God, this is a big one for me, because had I used more of my money just investing into like selling options, for example, is another thing that I do. If I had have done that a long time ago, I would be so far ahead. Oh my God. I'll make a whole video about that, but building, you can get rich slowly. Okay. Selling options is a really, really good way to have like a consistent income, or build your portfolio very quickly once you get your first contract rolling. So save aggressively, invest, again, do your own, start your own business, your own high income skill, these things, and then start putting a good chunk of money away, especially if you're living with your parents and stuff like that. All right. Point number 4 is staying in the wrong circle. Okay. Your friends influence your habits, thinking, growth. And if you're around people with no ambition or vision, it's literally going to pull you down. It's going to be, you're going to look back like I did, and you're going to be like, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my life. This is dumb. Right. And you'll know, because these people will have no goals. All they want to do is drink, get blackout drunk every weekend, and chase girls. And there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while, fellas. Like, I'm not against it. It's just, I just want you guys to have some direction that you're going. So surround yourself with people who are growing, building, and learning. And the cool thing about this is, as you pick your skill, like say you do copywriting, for example, you can make friends that are copywriters through groups and stuff like that, because you're going to want to align yourself with people who have the same interests as you, and the same values as you, and the same cool things that you guys want to do together. Okay. So the last point is chasing like validation over like your vision. Okay. So for example, like it's easy to like, okay, it's easy to like do what your parents want you to do, right? But what do you want to do? Your parents don't live in your body. What do you really want? And again, I think the best thing you could do is pick a high income, high value skill, dominate it, right? Get some clients, get some money, and then shift your focus over to your passions when you can outsource that stuff. Okay. And I'll give you guys another bonus one. Don't be afraid to fail. So this is point number 6. Do not be afraid to fail. The fear of failure stops most people from starting anything. Okay. In your 20s, you have time to fail, but I don't want you thinking you have all the time in the world. Obviously I don't want to contradict point number 1, because you don't. Everyone thinks they have too much time. I wasted a lot of time. So start messy, but launch your idea. Okay. Ask for the opportunities, push, right? Go after it, because you have the rest of your life to continue to have fun. Okay. And, I don't want this video to go on too long. So guys, if you have questions, comment. I will answer as many as I can. And of course, if you guys want to talk to me one-on-one, you can. I'm here, and I want you guys to keep pushing. Done.